Hello guys, so for this video, our group will be presenting about the Corporation Berhad financial positions for the FIN242 course. As we can see here, this is all our group members that will be present the analyzation that has been made by group 4.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amir Sufi bin Muhammad Zulkarnain and my matrix number is 2024403082, and today I will introduce our presentation. So firstly, we're starting with the introductions. So this chapter focuses on the concept of the time value of money, which is one of the most important ideas in finance. It explains that the value of money changes over time, meaning that 1 ringgit today is worth more than 1 ringgit still in the future. This is because money can earn interest or be invested to generate returns. The chapter also covers how to use these concepts in real life financial decisions. Understanding the time value of money helps students make smarter choices and investing and borrowing.
Hello, my name is Amir Zahid, and for this part of presentation, I will be explaining about the current asset, fixed asset, and current liability. Current asset is a short-term period of return that can be earned by a company. Under the current asset, there is cash, account receivable, and inventory. For the cash that can be held by this company is 60,000, and account receivable as much as 130,000. And inventory is 40,000, and the total of the current asset is 230,000. Next, about the fixed asset. Fixed asset is a long-term period of return that can be earned by a company, and the total of the fixed asset for this company is 1.6 million. Lastly, for the current liability is a short-term period of loan or debt that need to be handled by a company. And for this company, they will need to be handled 50,000 amount of account payables and 170,000 the amount of short-term loans. And the total of the current liability is 230,000.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ashraf Naufal, and I will be presenting about net working capital, current ratio, and temporary current asset. So for the net working capital, the higher positive value suggests that firm is liquid and able to pay its short-term obligation. So for the formula, we have to use current asset minus with current liabilities. The value for current asset is 230,000, and the value for the current liabilities is 220,000, and after you minus it, you will get 10,000 for the net working capital. So for current ratio, the higher ratio reflect the ability to pay its short-term obligation on time. So the higher the ratio, the better. So for this ratio, we have to use formula current asset divide with current liabilities. So for the value, current asset is 230,000 and current liabilities is 220,000. After you divide, you will get 1.05 times for current ratio. The last one is temporary current asset. So for this, you have to use formula account receivable plus with inventory. So for the value, account receivable have 130,000, and for inventory we have 40,000, and after you plus it, you will get 170,000 for temporary current asset. That's all.
Moving on to the financial data analysis. So right now we achieve current asset about 230,000 ringgit Malaysia, which is cash equals to 60,000 ringgit Malaysia. Account receivable is 130,000 ringgit Malaysia. Meanwhile, our inventory is 40,000 ringgit Malaysia. So next is a fixed asset. So fixed asset is 1.6 million ringgit Malaysia. And for lastly, for our current liabilities is 220,000. So for the account payable is 50,000 ringgit, and for our short-term loans is 170,000 ringgit Malaysian. Thank you.
Next, I will be explain about the permanent financing. Permanent financing is one of the source in working capital, and it is the long-term financing such as equity and debt. For this company, they will be handle the long-term debt with the value of 170,000 and the return earning with a value of 1.44 million, and total permanent financing sum up to 1.61 million. And last but not least, we have the spontaneous financing. Spontaneous financing is a financing that arises from day-to-day business operation, such as account payables and accruals. For this company, they have an account payable with 50,000, and that's the value of the spontaneous financing. And that's all for the financial data analysis presentation.
Hello, I will be talking about the identification and justification of the graph. Our graph shows how assets and financing are matched over time. Fixed assets valued up to 1.6 million and permanent current assets valued up to 60,000 are being financed through permanent financing and spontaneous financing valued up to 1.66 million. Meanwhile, temporary current assets valued up to 170,000 are being financed through temporary financing valued at the same price, which is 170,000. This ensures that long-term assets can be financed long-term and short-term assets can be financed short-term. Temporary assets can fluctuate with business activities. For example, temporary assets like account receivables and inventory can increase during peak periods and can decrease during slow periods. This approach helps avoid idle funds and maintain liquidity efficiently. This results in moderate risk and moderate return, balancing stability and profitability. Thank you.
Okay, so hello everyone. So in this part of our presentation, I will explain about the hedging approach. So the firm used temporary financing of RM 170,000 to fund temporary current assets, also worth 170,000. Meanwhile, permanent financing of 1.66 million is used to cover all permanent assets, which include fixed assets of 1.6 million and permanent current assets of 60,000. So this approach shows that the short-term funds are only used for short-term needs, while long-term funds are only used for long-term investments. So as a result, the firm operates efficiently with no idle or emergency funds. By maintaining this balance, the company achieves moderate risk with moderate returns, avoiding both excessive risk and unnecessary liquidity. So, and next one, we apply a moderate policy because this policy lies between the relaxed and restricted approaches, meaning we do not invest too much or too little in current assets. By keeping investment at a minimum level without sacrificing liquidity, the firm ensures that it can meet short-term obligations while still maximizing profitability. So this results in moderate risk and returns, aligning perfectly with the hedging approach to maintain financial stability. So that's all from me. Thank you for listening.
In conclusion, this chapter has taught us how to think about money in terms of time and value. By learning how to calculate present and future values, we can understand how interest and investment affects financial decisions. Based on our analysis, this company applies moderate risk management on their financing. The company achieved moderate profits. However, if the company wants to reap massive amounts of profits in the future, the company has to start increasing their risk action. Thank you all for listening and tuning into our slide and presentation. Assalamualaikum.